Boys and girls, welcome to Cardiff. That's right, boys and girls, at the young whippersnapper age of just 40 years old, I have added my 7th country to the collection of places I've been to. I've previously been to England, I've been to France, I've been to Belgium, Netherlands, we did earlier this year, I've been to Spain, I've been to Greece, and now I've been to Wales, because that's where I've woken up this morning. I got in at about midnight last night, so I didn't do any vlogging last night or yesterday. It's a very steamy room because I've just had a shower. It's a very small room. Let me show you around the room. I'm staying at the Zip by Premier Inn Hotel on the outskirts of Cardiff. I'm here for WWE Clash at the Castle, at the ground formerly known as the Millennium Stadium. I can't remember what it's called now. And I booked my tickets quite late, and hotels in Cardiff were crazy expensive and there weren't very many left. So this was the last reasonably priced hotel room anywhere near the city of Cardiff. And it is like being on a boat. So starting from my door here, we do have aircon up there, which is nice and essential because we don't have a window. We have a pretend window over here where we can select the colour that it is outside. Obviously I'm going for a fetching pink when I can. There you go, nice pink. But yeah, there's no window in the room. It is a small room, single bed situation. Told you it feels like I'm on a boat, although apparently this can obviously be made up as a bed for a twin room and can apparently slide across on that wooden thing to make it into a double bed. But I couldn't figure out how to do it last night and I only had one set of bedding. So I just squashed myself up on a single bed. We do have some excellent storage though, i.e. this shelf above the bed and the TV. That shelf will be quite handy later on today for me to stick my laptop on with my trusty new HDMI cable into the back of the TV so I can watch at least the first half of Portsmouth versus Peterborough, which is going on today as well. But then we have the sofa, the bathroom, and that's it. I've just had a look to see what the breakfast situation is in this hotel. It's those little mix your own pots of porridge. So I'm gonna go out and find Cardiff proper. I'm certainly not the only person going to the wrestling today that's ended up at this hotel. We're about 15 minutes outside of the city centre, but the bar of the hotel, the car park, is just full of, how do I say this politely? I think it's fine because I'm profiling myself as well. Plump older gentlemen with beards and black t-shirts. That's all there is anywhere. Either that is what every Welsh person looks like, or every tourist in the city this weekend is here for one reason. I suspect it's the second one. Well, I've made it into the centre of Cardiff in a big car park, which looks like I can park in all day. I was planning on nipping back to the hotel after I'd been to the store, but I think that's the stadium. I think it was already pretty busy getting into the city and finding a parking space, so I might just leave the car here all day and amuse myself around the city. I'm sure I can manage. I'm sure I can find somewhere where I can sit and watch football with other humans later on today. It'll be fine. Let's go find A, breakfast, and B, this pop-up store. Well, I found the store. There is a smidgen of a queue, just a smidgen. I'm not even sure where the back of it would be. Sausage sandwich in Costa consumed. I'm having one last wander down to this queue. If it's still as bad as it was before, and I suspect it'll be worse, I think we're giving this a miss. I've had a look online and it looks like it's just the standard stuff that they have on the online store, but rather than it being £25 a t-shirt, it's £35 a t-shirt if you buy it here. I don't even particularly want anything. So this is the queue situation. That's the store. That's the second unit they've got that is just full of people zigzagging up and down and queuing. And then when you're done queuing in there, you get to queue down here, and then eventually you get in there. I am worried if I do it, to justify making the queue worthwhile, I'm probably going to buy myself a title belt because it's the only justification for getting in a queue that long. So now I'm trying to really force myself into understanding that's a terrible idea. Well, I'm weak, I caved. I joined the queue, but I was then saved by the staff member at the front of the queue who said, firstly, the queue is currently about 2 hours long. Secondly, There are 6 merch stands scattered around the stadium that have the exact same stuff, which don't have big queues currently. And thirdly, in that shop there, she's out of everything bigger than a large. XL, 2XL, 3XL, all gone. So, I don't know why she felt the need to tell me that part. But yeah, I'm gonna head over to the stadium and see what they've got going on over there, I think. Of course, the problem is it's now raining outside. They're going all in on the whole WWE theme around here. All of the flags and signs and stuff all around me. I'm making sure people are aware this is happening. Well, I've made it to the stadium. She wasn't lying. There are merch stands outside the stadium as well. Also seem to have a very large queue, which is not ideal. There is an official program seller over there. I might just grab myself a program. I'm not sure I'm even keen enough to stand in the rain in that queue that goes all the way back across that bridge. Especially because it doesn't look like they have the belts here, so I think you can maybe only get the belts at the store. I don't know, do I want to queue up for this? Only to be told there's no shirts in my size. Oh no, they do have the belts. Well, that's a problem, they have the belts. There's 6 of these around the stadium, apparently. That's what she said. There was an easy way to do a lap. I would do that, but it looks like we're completely blocked off from going around here. So, I have no idea where I am or what I'm doing. Can I get at another corner of the stadium somehow? Or does she mean the stores are inside? At some point I've got to dump this camera as well, because they are not going to let me take the camera inside. So I don't want to commit to anything over here that takes me past a point of no return, because I need to get back to the car and lose the camera. Just spoken to somebody in the queue who's made it to kind of that corner there, so they've still got to go back and forth a couple of times. They said they've been in there an hour. I think if I'm queuing up for that amount of time, I'm going to queue up inside in the shopping centre rather than out in the rain. At least we got to come down here and have a look. Have they got any bags to put programs in? Because there's no point carrying a program through the rain. They have. Right, I'm going to get a program at least. But if this company knows one thing, it's how to make money. £15 for a program, £5 for a bag to put it in, and it doesn't even fit entirely in the bag, so it's going to get wet and ruined anyway. I was going to buy one regardless, it doesn't matter. Well, I've just come back in. The queue is now even bigger than it was when I was in here before. So my new plan, I'm going to sleep on it, see how I feel. That store is still open tomorrow. So my thinking is a lot of people are just going to be in for the day. Maybe my best chance of actually getting in and having a look is going to be tomorrow morning before I go home. Obviously everything's going to be gone by then. But at least then I could say I went in and had a look. Well, I'm back at the car to shelter from the rain and dump this camera. It is 12 o'clock. I had thought I might drive back to the hotel. The gates don't open until 3 o'clock. And the show does, I think the pre-show starts at 6. The actual show kicks off at 7. So I'm a smidgen early for being in the centre of the city. However, this car park is full now. So I'm pretty sure if I drive back to the hotel for 5 hours and then try and come back and park again, I'm not going to be able to. I'm now toying with the idea of getting an Uber back to the hotel, because it was about a 15-minute drive. It's not a walk. I'm right on the outskirts of town. 15 minutes, Uber out there, and then Uber back in again later, because it's not like I'm a drinker who can just sit in a pub and pass the time. I'm here on my own and I've had my coffee. I'm only allowed 3 of them a day. So I think I'm going to do that. I've just had a flick through the programme, by the way. It's just all pictures, there's no words in it anyway. It's not even a welcome to the event thing. I'm so out of touch. I guess it's so that, I mean, the entire roster is in there. I guess it's just so that you can get it signed by people, but I would have at least liked a team sheet for 15 quid. Goodness me. A match list. Oh dear me. Right, I need to come up with a plan. Otherwise I'm just going to be wandering around in the rain for 7 hours. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Change of plan, couldn't find anywhere to actually get an Uber from, so I'm in the middle of a pedestrian zone, so I'm just gonna stick around. It's already gone 1 o'clock. I just got a free WWE sticker book and I ate a Taco Bell, so I'm very happy. I was just on my way back to the car to drop off my sticker book so it didn't get ruined. And the queue here is shorter than it's been all day. I imagine that means there's nothing left, but Guess I have to go in and have a little look, don't I? The lady who sent me away this morning has just confirmed they've only got smalls and mediums left. There's no event merch left, and it's trying to push people towards the stadium again. I still maintain I'd rather do this queue than a longer queue in the rain. I don't particularly want the event merch. I want one of those bucket hats I've just seen in the window. Well, I'm in. Queue was no longer than about 5 minutes. And for someone who's saying there's no event merch left in here, this looks like a lot of event merch to me. I don't want to talk about it, and we're definitely not going to be telling Anna. Not sure how we sneak that back into the house. To be fair, it was the NXT UK Championship, which is done now. It's being unified this weekend, and it was £100 off, so couldn't really resist. They didn't have the actual WWE title here, which is probably for the best, so I might have wanted one of those as well. I've now got to decide if I want a Drew McIntyre doll or a dragon. They've got wrestling figures as well. Who'd have thought wrestling figures in a wrestling shop? The bucket hats are too small for my head, which is very sad. They also have Clash at the Castle bum bags, but I think I'm happy with my official programme and my my bag that I got outside earlier. Just hanging out with the British Bulldog as well, which is very cool. And of course, my super duper title belt now, which is very cool. There is an enormous amount of Tyson Fury stuff in here. I suspect he's up to something tonight. I made it into the store. I'm not proud of myself. I don't know how much of that you were able to see or hear because it was pretty loud in there, but these are so heavy. I don't know how I don't know how Pete Dunne used to hang this thing out of his mouth. It would yank your teeth out. I've got my replica of the NXT UK Championship. My favourite belt they've done in a long, long time. It is just such a good looking belt. Very happy to have one of these. I've just smashed my car with it, but as long as I've not damaged the belt, I'm happy. But yeah, absolutely delighted to have that. At a discount as well. Now I just need a stand so that I can display it in my office. It comes in a big carry bag. I only queued for certainly no more than like 5 or 10 minutes to get in the shop in the end. I figured I didn't need to buy a load of t-shirts and stuff because I spent enough money on my title belt, but now the decision has got to be, do I take it with me and wear it or leave it? I don't know if I could even strap it on around me. I probably don't even get close. I know on the website you can buy belt extenders for the fuller figured wrestlers, but yeah, really happy with that. I'm such a child. I wanted this since I had the toy one. I wanted one of these since the moment they brought NXT UK in. I went to the first tapings, and now I've bought the belt the weekend it all ends, because tomorrow night they're combining all the titles, and NXT UK is no more, which is why the belt was cheap. Cheaper than it would have been. Still too expensive to ever tell Anna I bought it. Right, I'm now going to leave the camera here. It's getting on for 2 o'clock. Gates open at 3 o'clock, so I'm going to be leaving you here now. And the rest of this video, or the majority of it, the rest of the video today is going to be on my phone because they don't let you take cameras into the event. So apologies for audio and video quality for the next chunk of this video. Well, I've made it in. It is so loud in here, but this is my seat and there is the ring. This is not too bad. The one thing I can't see is the big screen thing up there, but we do have a screen there which I'm hoping will show anything that's on that big screen. But to be honest, it's pretty hard to tell because the perspective of the camera will mess it up a little bit. But I'm directly opposite the ramp and can see the ring really clearly. I am good with this seat. This is a good spot. focusing properly, but I am gonna put this thing down because it's so heavy. I have no idea how wrestlers carry them around. It's like they work out or something. Don't want to crease it up though. It's my beautiful belt. I am back to the hotel. It took absolutely ages to get out of Cardiff. It was, I mean, the show finished at 9:30. It's 11 o'clock now. I've only just made it back to the hotel. I imagine you only got a very short little sequence of stuff from the show because it was so loud and so dark in there, and I wasn't able to have my proper camera with me. So I took little bits and snippets of footage where I could. I imagine it's all pretty rubbish though, so Chris will have hopefully done what he can with it, turned it into a little bit of a montage. But ultimately, if you're interested in the wrestling, you would have watched the wrestling, you know what happens. It was a really good show. Felt like an old school style NXT takeover, but with wrestlers that normal people have heard of, which was really cool. A little bit disappointed with how the main event ended. Would have liked to see Drew McIntyre win in the UK. Would have been a real nice moment, but it was not to be. And I still really enjoyed the event, so that's all good. It is late though, like I say, nearly 11 o'clock. I'm not had any dinner yet, so I've just ordered a Deliveroo. So I need to wait down in reception for that, and I'll check in with you again in the morning. And it is now the next morning, Sunday morning. I don't really know why I didn't finish this video last night, because all I'm gonna do now is pack up my bag and get in the car and drive home. I am still loving this. Still my favourite, one of my favourite purchases ever. Expect to see a way of getting this into my display and my backdrop for my streams and my videos soon. There must be a way. I've actually got the toy version of this same belt that is in the display at the moment. So I think the toy one will be retired and be replaced by the real thing, because it's just a cool belt. I can't believe that by the time this video comes out, this belt is probably going to have been retired, unless something really weird happens at Worlds Collide, which I'm going to finish the video before that's on, so we can't talk about even more wrestling. However, if you are looking for more content around wrestling and wrestling shows on the channel, the next opportunity is going to be in about a month's time. I'm going to both nights of Royal Quest 2 down in London, the New Japan Pro Wrestling event. I did a whole vlog from the first Royal Quest, was it 3 years ago now that happened? I've done a couple of New Japan things before on the channel, so we'll certainly be having some of that. Probably won't take my new belt with me, but I wonder if they'll sell any belts out. Maybe I can start a collection. Anna will murder me. I need to wrap this video up, get home so I can do my Sunday chores, so that she doesn't, she's already found out how much I paid for this and is cross. So I'm gonna go home and cut the grass and whatever else she asks me to do. Thanks for watching, folks.